We stopped at a traffic light. It was night. And as I looked over, I saw my wife rubbing her belly the way that only a mother-to-be can really do. We were on our way to the hospital, to the delivery unit, only our baby's bags were already packed for a better place. And so we came home empty-handed. And less than a year later, we lost another angel. And 2 years after that, after a 36-hour delivery in which everything that could go wrong pretty much went wrong, the doctors, they rescued my daughter and they put her in my hands. And as I looked down into her big, beautiful eyes, time just stopped. What you see behind me is something most people think isn't real. But those are my daughter's incredible eyes. And when I looked into them for the very first time, I fell in love with them. It was the most profoundly fulfilling moment of my life. Have you ever felt that sense of wonder and awe? That magic? We've all had moments like that, right? But have you felt that kind of fulfillment today? What about yesterday? Well, then what makes you think you're going to feel it tomorrow? Or when you finally achieve that big goal? Now, to be clear, when I speak about fulfillment, I don't just mean accomplishment. I mean feeling full of life and vitality, awe, and deep connection. We all want that, right? We all want to be fulfilled. But so much of what we hear on how to achieve fulfillment is full of crazy contradictions. Stay the course. But don't ignore when life is nudging you to change. Put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Practice radical self-care. But don't you see, you get so much more by giving. And go out there. Change the world by being the architect of your dreams, but be sure to surrender to what Gandhi called a force in this universe, which, if we permit, will flow through us and produce miraculous results. You know these truths. I'm sure you've heard of them before. But here's the question I asked people for 5 years. How do you determine when to follow one truth versus the other? You know the answer I got most often? Followed by, if you figure that one out, let me know. Here's the thing. We put a man on the moon. We've created world-changing technology. We have even doubled our life expectancy. And yet you mean to tell me that when it comes to what matters most in your life, you're really okay leaving it to, When my daughter was born, I couldn't leave it at, And so I spent 5 years interviewing leaders from all walks of life and studying wisdoms from around the world to answer one question. What are we missing in how we pursue fulfillment? And what I discovered is that fulfillment isn't the payoff. It's not accomplishment. It's the path. In fact, it's the most natural, powerful, and productive way of being. And you can access it now by aligning with one thing, your unique zone of fulfillment. And in the rest of this talk, I'm going to share the 3 spheres that make up your zone of fulfillment. And think of them like a Venn diagram, 3 parts that overlap to create your unique sweet spot for engaging this moment in the most fulfilling and in the most impactful way. So let's get to this. Sphere number 1, your vitality. This is everything alive inside you. Your energy, your emotions, your thoughts, even your unconscious habits. What this sphere wants is for you to do one thing, to honor what's alive in you right here, right now. Not judge it, not analyze it, just be with it. Because when you push and rush and force your way through what you're experiencing now, you miss out on so much, on the richness of life. But when you honor what's alive in you, even if it's not pleasant, you create space for fulfillment to emerge. Sphere 2, your mirror. This is everything unfolding around you. All of my research has led me to understand that science and ancient wisdom, they actually say the same thing. Life is mirroring your inner state back to you. Have you ever found yourself saying to somebody, will you stop being so loud or intense or whatever, only to find yourself soon after being really loud or really intense or really whatever? It's because life is always showing us something. The interactions that we have, the circumstances, even the conflicts, it's all feedback. And if we can begin to become curious about that feedback, we can consider the possibility that maybe life isn't just happening to us. Maybe it's happening for us to align in this moment. Sphere 3, your medicine. Most indigenous cultures have taught that we each show up with something really special in this life. An innate way of seeing and feeling and thinking and even just engaging the world around us. And when we live in alignment with that, with our medicine, our presence alone, I want to say that again, your mere presence alone becomes a gift to others. Have you ever wondered why a walk through the forest is so healing? It's because the trees and the animals, even the weeds, are fully being themselves. They're sharing their medicine. The only problem is you and you and you and even me. We've been taught to show up in ways that don't align with who we truly are. Have you ever found yourself struggling with feelings of not being enough or ever felt like an imposter? I sure have. And when you're feeling like that, it's a sign that you're out of alignment with your medicine, because when you're aligned with your medicine, you feel this deep sense, deep in the cells and fibers of your being, that this is me. Have you ever had one of those moments where you feel like, hell yeah, it's like you're doing just the right thing in just the right context, and it creates the kind of impact that you feel you were made for? That's aligning with your medicine. And the thing is, your medicine is so much more than just your values or your passions, which is what we spend most of our time thinking and talking about. It's the heart and soul that gives rise to your values and your passions. It's the essence of how you are and everything that you do. And if you're curious and want to begin connecting and experimenting with your medicine, there's a really easy way. Just start to take note of whoever inspires you, because they're reflecting back aspects of your medicine. You know, it's kind of funny. Growing up, my daughter and I, we both really liked the Avengers, right? And my daughter was very inspired by Captain America. Me, I am a total Doctor Strange fan. Now, both heroes represent the same values of leadership and courage and justice. But the essence of how they do so, that's unique. Captain America leads with virtue and strength. Doctor Strange with insight and wisdom. Both embody a different medicine. And your job is to align with the medicine that's uniquely yours and share it, because the world needs it. Now, you only need a tiny shift, a small step, in order to open up the possibility of powerful change. Because your zone of fulfillment acts like a vortex, and the tiniest shift in one sphere pulls you in deeper and helps you shift in other spheres. And if I had more time than just 10 minutes to do this talk, I would share more ways to do so. But I only have time enough to really just plant the seed. So, if you remember nothing else from this talk, let it be this. The next time you find yourself thinking, let me just get through this moment and then, or let me get through this awful circumstance and then, stop and consider that you're moving out of alignment with your zone of fulfillment. Because every moment, every single moment, no matter how crazy, overwhelming, stressful, or chaotic it is, offers an opportunity for you to honor what's alive in you, to tune into what life is mirroring back to you, and to share a bit more of your medicine. When you do that, you open yourself to the magic and the awe that life offers every single moment. And I know that because it's the same magic and awe I get to experience every time I look into those magnificent eyes. Just imagine. Imagine a world filled with that kind of wonder. My daughter deserves that kind of world. And so do you. Thank you.